Hello, everyone. Welcome to your market update. It is Friday. My name is Vinnie. I'm my co-host over here.
David Wright, and thank you for joining us on this long Independence Day weekend.
Well, because it's Independence Day, and I don't know how I'm going to segue this, but I'm just going to go into independence. You're independent to win some money. We're going to just start off with the question. What's the biggest house to sell in 2021? We're looking for biggest by living square feet.
Is that your house?
No, it's not my house.
No?
No.
It's not my house either.
Yeah.
And it is not my dog's house. For those of you who think you're funny with your Texas, it is not.
Well, fair enough. Okay, let's talk about rates. How are rates looking? What happened this week?
Well, this was an interesting week. We had a lot of data come out this week, so a lot of you should be really happy about what came out. So you're like, what came out? Well, during the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs. Heart goes out to everybody. A lot of businesses went under. Very bad news. But this week, we are supposed to get a jobs report of 700,000. Vinny, do you know what it came in at? Well, I'll tell you. It came in at 850,000 jobs.
Wow.
That's pretty huge. And then we also have the Bureau of Labor Statistics this week released its data. What that does is it goes out and looks into the market to see, who is going into the market, who is coming out of it. And then they also do independent surveys to go, besides just job creations that come from ADP, they poll up to 60,000 people to say, hey, Vinny, are you working at your job? And you answer the phone, you're like, no, I'm actually at home with I'm making cupcakes. And they go, that's great. But what happens is as it turns out, 18,000 people out of 60,000 said that they were not having jobs and not going back to work. So what did that mean overall? It basically neutralized the giant jobs report and made it to where rates did not go up. It kept them still low. And right now, going into the weekend, if you want to talk to your lender over the weekend and have them lock rates, it's a good time to do it. Some lenders can lock over the weekend, some lenders cannot. But that's probably why you want to choose a lender that can actually lock over the weekend, because it is going to be a good time. If you want to lock in on stuff and get started. Rates stayed really good. Whole week, jumbo rates still stayed down low, below 3%. Again, 2.90 was the average APR, 2.95. That's still amazing, because I know for a long time, jumbos were up at 3 1/8, 3 1/4. So that's big. And then once again, what's your FHA, VA stuff at? Standardized for most people, that's varying between 2.625, 2.75, APR 2.79. So that's amazing. And then lastly but not least, for those of you who are purchasing in San Diego, because what's our median price in San Diego, Vinny?
Probably about 800 or something.
So that means you're probably going to get a high balance loan. So that right now is typically varying. Most lenders should be at like 3%. But if you do some research, you'll see national averages at 3.20. But your more aggressive lenders that have better products should be at around 3%. So, and that's with a 20% down payment and good credit. So there you go. Overall, great week for rates. How are we looking at housing and inventory?
Well, something that I think David just breezed over a little bit was the idea that good lenders and bad lenders, the good ones can lock in the rate over the weekend. Yet, I'm assuming, this is an assumption you never want to assume, but I'm assuming that David is in the good sector and he can lock in the rates over the weekend. Hopefully, he wasn't saying that that's not the case.
That, my friend, is the case, and there is no dad jokes about that.
All right, fair enough. All right, now let's jump into the market, because that's definitely why people come here, right? So active properties.
I thought people came here just to see you, my friend, like former male model, independent billionaire.
Yeah, that's definitely not the case, especially with no gel in my hair. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness gracious! The fashion police. Woo!
All right. So active properties didn't really jump up. We were at a little close to about 2,800 last week when we looked. We're at 2,700. I mean, nothing to really be worried about. We did see a drop in new inventory coming on the market when we looked at it on Monday. Yeah, I doubt that's. I mean, we'll see how next week plays out, and I would think we should have a nice little hike in new inventory hitting the market. Most of the other numbers are pretty consistent. Again, we are slightly seeing a cooling of the market. Again, nothing drastic. Something interesting is a lot of people that were looking to buy in San Diego because they were priced out of the market. A lot of them gone to Riverside, it seems like. And that market.
I see a lot of that happening. A lot of that, Vinny. I see a lot of people jumping over there. And something I'm just going to mention this because I formerly owned a house in Temecula. And that was, that was 10, 12 years ago, probably 12 years ago. The commute from Temecula to San Diego is brutal. So if you think you're going to go out there and get a home for cheap every day when you're an hour and 10 minutes of traffic each way, maybe worth spending money here, my friend. Yeah,
possibly. So, I mean, that market is definitely pretty crazy up there. So something just to be aware of when you're looking at that direction compared to maybe San Diego. This is kind of slowing down a little bit down here, but up there it doesn't seem to feel as much of the effects. Again, the question: what's the biggest house to sell in 2021? Texas. Win your chance to win $50.
Oh, it's the whole country and not San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, San Diego. The whole country. I can only imagine what you can buy in some other in other areas.
You want to go live in Iowa, you can buy a town for what you buy in San Diego for a house. Nothing against Iowa for all you Iowans out there. Just so you know.
These are always fun. I always get positive feedback. People looking over the numbers of what's going on compared to last year, everything. So pull it up, Encinitas. Look at May. Look at that jump in May in Encinitas for single family homes. The median single family home in Encinitas now compared to last year. And then year to date, look at that jump, 1.3, basically 1.4, up to 1.8. I mean, that's quite the jump. Now we look into Lemon Grove area, a little bit of jump, about a 20% jump year to date. This month, oh my goodness, 33% jump.
That isn't it, so. For those of you who want to ask, is this a sustainable level of growth? In my opinion, I don't think so. So if you're thinking you're going to buy a house and all of a sudden it's going to go up 30%, you may want to talk to your realtor a little bit more. If your realtor is telling you, hey, buy this house, Ricky Bobby, it's going to go up 30%. That's the normal in this neighborhood. Do not plan on that.
Yeah.
Plan on things eventually slowing down and hitting adjustments. I mean, we're here to be independent mindset and thinkers, me and Vinnie. So, please be wary of the appreciation that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we use the history to foreshadow what's going to happen in the future and be very aware. We usually have a cycle in the market. We have the ups, we have the downs. So using the jumps in the market, right, to say, okay, well, it jumped over last year this much, so it should jump over this year and next year, or it jumped this much in the last 10 years, so it should jump in the next 10 years. If your realtor is telling you that picture or painting you that picture, you might want to possibly interview a couple other realtors.
They could be in the top, what?
20% probably.
Oh, man. Ooh.
Okay, it would take me an hour and 30 minutes to go from Sorrento Valley to North Park. Yeah. I mean, traffic, oh my goodness. That traffic can get tough. So carpool can be a big factor. So, yeah, I mean, I think really be aware of that. And you got to think, too, that if you're buying in the 700 market up in, let's say, Riverside, compared to the 800 market or $850,000 market, your jump up is about an extra, say, 800, 850 a month right there. So from a 600 to 700 to about 850. I mean, is it maybe you're willing to pay that extra $800 or so a month to not have the commute. So something just think about. Talk to your lender, talk to your realtor, see what's possible. The biggest thing is it doesn't matter what a property is listed for; it matters what it sells for. So, anyways, we reached our time. This is 10 minutes, and we try to keep this short and sweet. Thank you, everyone.
Happy 4th of July.